Good morning and welcome to our revision class. Today we are looking at frequency distribution here on 26 July 2020, and this is our overall class number 3 on revision. By studying this lesson, you'll be able to do what? Right? Find the mean of a group data. So we are going to find the mean of group data. So group data, we'll just analyze what is, then we will be finding out what's the mean of the group data. This is one thing important that we'll be studying here. Collection of data through a survey, like this example is there. Family members who reside in each of the houses in a certain housing scheme is given below. So 4, 5, 2, 7, things like this. So how many houses are there? We can see here total, right? So from this we are going to find the range. Means like you can see there are places where people living 4 people and 2 people, and if you take and just analyze all this, the maximum number of people living here is 9. You can see 9, and then the minimum number of people living in a house is 2. So the range we call is 9 by 9 minus 2, it's going to be 7 is the range here. So if the range is more, then you cannot analyze in one thing, like you will just check this one. So the greater value in the data is 9, and the least value data is 2 here. So the range is going to be 7. So when the range is small, we can represent data like this, what we see here, right? So if you take this one, this data is represented here in a simple way. You can see 2 people living, 2 families are there like that, 3 people living, 4 families are there. So this is a representation given in a small, this one. Range also not much, if it is 10, 15, 20 people coming, so that kind of houses are very less. But when it goes to that, then we will not be able to add into this kind of representation. So we will see in that case how it goes, right? So I'll take the model also on that model. So if you take this question now, information on marks obtained from mathematics at term by grade 10 students of a certain school is given below, right? Now here if you take the marks here, marks range is very high. You can see that some students have even scored 94, and there are students who have scored 8 also. So the range is very, very high. So if you are going to add one person each, and your list is going to be very, very, very long. So for that only they arrange such arrangement, saying a class interval, right? They used a class interval. So they started using the class interval with a constant. We call it a model class. There is something called model class. Model class means whichever is having the high frequency. Right now, let's see here we have this 8 is the maximum frequency, maximum repeated one. Repeated is 35 to 43 marks. So this we call a model class, MODAL, not model, right? Model class. So here the class interval 35 to 43 is a model class we call, right? So since it is the highest frequency, that is given as model class. These are the just names. This is we call as group frequency distribution, right? And also here we can see the size of the class interval as, sometimes we may feel the size as 8 here, right? 16 minus 8 is 8, right? But of course it is not 8, it is 9. So you see 17 plus 28 is 25. We may think it is 8, but actual size is 9 because we have included 8 also. So just calculate and see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. So 8 together it comes, so it's going to be the size of the class interval is 9 here, right? So everywhere it is same, we have distributed and we have taken the frequency. Mid value of a class interval. So if you have in the earlier example 8 to 6 was there, if you want to find the mid value, we will add these two, the first and the range two numbers, and then we will take the mid value. So mid value is 8 plus 2 6, 8 plus 16 divided by 2, 12 will be the mid value, right? So if you take this whatever we saw earlier, mid values we can find, all the mid values we can find, 8 plus 6, all these we have found mid values. Now you can see the mid values are listed here, frequencies are there. So this is something, frequency distribution, it is helpful in finding the mid values. It is something, it is important in finding the answers. In many things we use this mid value. There are two things we want to just insist here. One is continuous data and discrete data. And the other thing is, now if you take the age, it's something we call a continuous one. Maybe like we have taken here the age, you can see here age is taken, 20 to 25 is taken, 25 to 30 is taken. But if someone is going to be like 25.5, is there possible, correct? So that also there, right? That kind of thing, continuity is there. Age will be everywhere people are born, right? On any day of any year people are born. So age will be different for different people, right? So age is something we call, it's a continuous data, it's not discrete. I will give you other example, then you will understand what is this difference is, right? Earlier example was about the marks, right? Marks normally people don't get here like 8.2, 8.1, 8.7, we don't get such marks, correct? So marks comes as like, that's why we have stopped here. Between 16 and 17 there is no mark, 16.1, 16.2, 6.3 or 16.15, such marks are not there. So we call this kind of data as discrete data, means not continuing, go and stop, means there are places where there is no information available. But age is not like that. Age will be, it's we call a continuous one. So when selecting the range, when selecting the class interval, you can see the difference here, right? You can see the difference here. See, 20 to 25, next one starts with 25 again, right? Next one starts with 25 again. That means here 20 is included till 25, right? Here 25 is included till 30. So that's the meaning, right? But if you take here it's like you see here the case is, it comes 8 to 16 and then we start at 17, right? Next number is 17 because marks we don't get in between 16 and 17. That's the reason we call this as discrete data. Say calculating the mean of a group data, right? For this, what things we have to have is, this is like we have got information like this. So this is 25 students, what they have got for mathematics test. This is the class interval. This is here, marks is given. So this is number of people who have got that marks, right? 4 to 8, 3 students have got. So this information, it has to go into you. Otherwise, you just sometimes you may get confused, right? If you want to calculate the mean of the group data, what you have to do is you have to get the mid value. So if you take 4 and 8, 4 plus 8 divide by 2, it's going to be, right? Divide by 2, it's going to be 6, right? We have written here, that's what we have written here. So 4 plus 8 divide by 2, everything is like that. 20 plus 24 is 44, divided by 2 is 22. So mid values are found. So mid values are found. Then frequency. Frequency means how many times this score is scored, right? 4 to 8 marks, 3 times is scored. So addition of that will give the total number of students. So this is something like you have to be careful about. See this addition, see this 40 is the total number of students. That's the number of students, 40 number of students are there, right? Frequency into mid value we will get fx. We call fx, right? Fx. You add these fx's, that is addition of fx 584. So mean means addition of fx divided by f, addition of f. Right, this is something like you have to remember. This is something that you have to remember. Mean we will find out by addition of frequency into mid value multiplied, right, and then divide by f. Answer will be like this. So fx is, the addition of fx is 584, divide by total number of students is 40. So mean here is 14.6, right? What's the meaning of mean here? We call this guy, this is we call sigma. That means sum. 2015 question says, this is a question. A frequency distribution containing information on the tickets issued to passengers during a morning trip of a bus is shown in the table below. Write down the model class of the distribution. Model is, you know, the answer which is giving the most frequency. That means 17. Answer is, the class is going to be 20 to 24. So first answer is 20 to 24 is the answer, right? Okay, now we will see how the answer we have developed here, right? So model class 20 to 24 answer is, right, this is the interval given, right? This is the interval you have to write down, and then number of tickets issued is given, right, like this, and then total you can find out. That's a frequency, right? 64. You can add and check, 64 will come, right? Then you find the mid values, like this mid values, 8 plus 12 divided by 2, 10, 12 plus 16 is 28 divided by 2, 14. So all the mid values you will find out, and then you will have to obtain fx, frequency multiplied by x. That means mid values. You will be getting the fx here, right? Then sigma fx, that means 64 will be the price. Mean price is 21, right? Divide and check, you will be getting 21. Right, now next part of the question is, find the expected income from the morning trip, right, can we give you the answer for that? Find the expected income from a morning trip in which tickets are issued to 180 passengers. Find the expected income. Answer, I got one answer, right? The total expected income is this much, right? 3,780. I hope everyone has got that. Anyone didn't get that, or anyone is having a doubt on that, right? So mean average ticket price is given as 21, right? So 180 people bought those, so the expected income is 3,780, right? Why they are asking this is expected income, why it is not income? What's the reason? Mean value is not the true value, right? It's an average value we have taken, so we can calculate an expected income. Maybe actual income may be more or less, so that's the difference you have to understand. It's not the final true answer. It's only an expected income. A deviation will be there, right, from the true value, right? Okay. 700 average expenditure we have got. So mean price, one ticket will give me 21 rupees. So you have to divide 700 divide by 21. You will get 33. and 1 by 3 is the answer you will get. So minimum ticket means, is it 33 tickets you have to give? Sometimes some people may give 33, but not 33. 33 plus something you have to sell, right? So it's going to be 34 is the answer. So 34 is the minimum number of tickets we have to sell. So I'm telling about this one. Do we have to fill this? See this one. This they have given marks. Column X, if you get 1 marks correct. Column fx, if you get 1 marks correct. So addition correct, you get 1 marks. So even if you go, I was telling, even if you go wrong in this, you will get 2 marks correct. So so that's very important to put this, and marks are given for that also. We got here also, see this calculation got 1 marks. Giving the final answer also given 1 additional marks. So if you just forget to write this 34 or you did not write, then you will lose 1 marks. Now already we have seen the way how the mean can be found out in a way. That's what we were discussing all this time. Now we have another method to find out the mean, that is calculating the mean using assumed mean. We are going to use this method. This is also a popular method. A lot of questions are done in this method. This is easier than the conventional method that we have been using, right? Here what may be easy is for us is the large values of group data will be too easy to handle here, and also getting the answer will be easy as well. So this is only a second method, but there are other methods also you can find out the mean, right? So we shall just check how we are going to use this assumed mean method here, right? For that, what are the things we are going to do? So here we are going to first do is we are going to take a mean as assumed mean. That one will be the important thing that we will be taking out, right? And then we will be receiving the deviation from that and finding out. That's the idea. Main idea is, right? So in that case, after finding that, we will be able to get mean means what? Assumed mean plus the mean of the deviations you will be able to find. So actual mean, if you're going to find out, it's going to be the assumed mean plus the addition of FD and divided by the frequency, total frequency will be the answer. Right now we will see how we are going to deal with this, right? So if you're going to summarize that, I know maybe a little difficult just to remember this, but when you are getting used to that questions, then you'll be able to do that, right? First thing that you will do is find mid value of that, right? That we used to do that normally, and then select an assumed mean and fill the deviation column, right? Deviation column will be there, right? Then what we will do is find frequency into deviation means what? Then take the addition as the previous method. Then we will be able to get the sigma FD, that means addition of FD. And finally, we will be able to calculate the actual mean is what. So for that, I selected 2016 question that came in past paper, right? So we shall read this question and check, right? A longer question, of course, right? Here we have got the information obtained from a survey conducted to find out how much time it takes for a doctor to examine a patient who arrives at outpatient department of a certain hospital. Is given in the following table. 100 patients are surveyed, and in the table 2 to 4 denotes a time interval greater than 2 and less than or equal to 4. 4 is included, right? First question asked is using a suitable assumed mean or otherwise find the mean time taken by a doctor to examine a patient. So first question itself is clearly saying to use this method. Here they have themselves given that information, right? Suitable assumed mean or otherwise. We can use the other method also. but this is an easy method, so we should just examine how we are going to do this. Let's see how the answers we can get. Let's make a table like this, right? Time taken, this is already given in here, and you can take the mid value. Taking the mid value is not difficult. 2 and 4, add the lower part of that and upper part of the class values, and then add them and divide by 2, so you got 3, right? So this is how we made the mid values. I shall just check one for you, right, in case if you have forgotten. So we will take this guy, 4 plus 6 divide by 2, right? That will be 5 for us. So this is the way we calculated all the numbers, mid values. Okay, now we are going to select the mean, which is the interval we are going to select as the mean value, right? So mean value is going to be taken for the time taken, right? It's for the time taken only we are going to find out. So let's consider this 6 to 8, mean value will be 7. So that we shall take as 0, right? As 0, deviation is 0, no, because we have taken that to be the answer, right? We have taken that to be the mean. So deviation, if you are thinking, that is 0 only. From there only we will start, right? And we will check what is the deviation here for the 9, means 2 plus 2, right? And we can see the others like this, right? Plus 2, and if you take the other one is plus 4, right? And next one is going to be plus 6, right? Plus 6. Why I'm taking plus, you will understand here, right? If you go up, because it's from 7, this is minus 2, right? This is minus 2, right? And this is going to be minus 4, right? So we have got the deviation values, and we shall check the FD. We have got already frequency numbers, number of patients is frequency that is given already clearly, that you can see here, number of patients are given. That's a frequency we talk, right? The frequency means how many patients did attend, right? So FD we are going to find. F is here 19 into 4 is, right, 80 minus 76, right? Minus 76 here is minus 64, right? Here it's going to be 0. 2 into 6 is going to be 12, right? And 16 here, right? 16, and then 6 into 2 is 12, right? One important thing I wanted to remind you here is that you can see that in the previous method our calculation numbers were very big, or multiplications were big numbers. If you take this same one without taking the deviation, if you are going to do this direct method, means we shall be multiplying 3 into 19, 5 into 32, 7 into 37, 9 into 6, right? 11 into 44, 30 into 2, and then getting the fx values, right? Fx values, and that value is a little big, so this is a little comfortable for us to deal. That's one important thing that we will be getting, right? So let's check what is addition of this. What is the addition of this? We check here, right? Here the plus minus values is going to be 140 here. Here it's going to be plus 40. So our answer is going to be minus 100, right? Minus 100 is our answer here, right? Addition of FD. So actual mean is going to be equal to A plus, that means A is what we assumed, right? Assumed is 7 here, right? Plus FD, addition of FD, sigma FD over sigma F, right? Sigma FD means here we can see sigma FD comes with minus 100, right? Minus 100 divide by addition of frequencies 100, right? You have to just check, adding them you can check, it's going to be 100, right? So our answer is going to be 7 is there for sure, right? 7, this is minus 1, right? So that will work out for 6. So actual mean is going to be for us is 6, right? Right, hope there is no doubt. I'll be going to the next part. Next part question says is find the percentage of patients who were examined for more than the mean time. Now we found out the mean time to be 6, right? Mean time was 6 that you found out. 6 here you can see 6 minutes. 6 minutes is the mean time taken. So above this is going to be the answer, right? Above this is going to be the answer. This is 2 minutes, 2 to 4 minutes. This is 4 to 6 minutes. Important thing you have to just consider here is when in the question itself they gave, in the table 2 to 4 denotes a time interval greater than 2 and less than or equal to 4. Greater than 2 or and less than or equal to 4. Important words, greater than 2, right? Greater than 2 or less than or equal to 4. So 4 is included here. 2 is not included. 2 is not included here. Right. Now if you take this frequency 6 to 8, 6 minutes is the mean time. If it is 6.1 or 6.5, any other things come means we will be in trouble. We will not be able to do. But here it is told 6 minutes is the mean time we found out. So that is our best chance now, you see, because 6 is not included, they said. It's greater than or equal to 2, you see, greater than or equal to 2, they said in the question itself. So 6 is going to be more than 6 is the answer, right? So more than 6 means now we can see 37 plus 6. 37 plus 6 is 43, 47 and 49 people are there in this, right? 49 people are there who will be examined 6 minutes, not 6 minutes, more than 6 minutes, right? More than 6 minutes. Whoever number of patients will be examined will be that much. Now question is find the percentage. So 49 out of how much? Total patients, we know that total number of patients examined is 100. So it's going to be 100. That means answer is 49% is the answer, right? So answer is 49% for this. Each doctor in this department examines patients for 6 hours per day. One doctor is working 6 hours per day, right? Find the number of patients that can be expected to be examined by a doctor during a day, right? What's the way? What's the way to find out? We'll just think how many, find the number of patients that can be expected to examine by a doctor during a day, during a 6 hours time. So first we shall find out 1 hour means how many patients. For that, that's the reason we found out mean time here, right? Otherwise, how we are going to find out? There are so many times 2 minutes also a time is taken and 14 minutes also taken, right? 2 minutes also taken and 14 minutes also taken. How you know that? By this table, right? By this table, you know that. Now we have found the mean, right? That means average time. We shall use that and find out. For 6 minutes, 6 minutes one patient takes, right? That's the minimum time taken for a patient, right? That means 1 hour you can see 10 patients, right? 60 minutes, 1 hour 10 patients you can see. That means 6 hours if he works, 6 hours going to be 60 patients he shall be able to examine during a day of work. So answer is going to be 60 patients, right? Question says estimate the minimum number of doctors required to examine 400 patients who arrive at outpatient department on a certain day, right? During a day, how many patients a doctor was able to see? We saw that 1 hour 10 patients, right? 6 hours it's going to be 60 patients we saw, right? 60 patients we saw. This one was earlier one, right? Use that. Now we have got 400 patients. For one doctor can treat 60 patients per day. So 400 means 400 divide by 60. So you will be getting an answer for that, right? 40, 60. How it is? 400 divided by 60 comes 6.6 will be the answer. But what is the minimum doctors required? Is it 6.6 doctors? Right? No, 6.6 doctors we can't find. So minimum number of doctors required will be 7. 7 doctors are required minimum. So thanks for joining with me for today. So we shall meet on another day like this, same revision class. Until then, have a nice time and goodbye, and wish you all the best.